And we're back. It was a good break.
Was it?
I enjoyed it. Sponsor said things.
Did
The
they?
same things they say every goddamn week. And Evan has responded.
To the poll?
Yeah, an inhaler that shoots Diet Coke. That
What?
sounds amazing.
What?
Wait, what?
Evan says, pretty sure he has an inhaler that shoots in Diet Coke. Yes, he is always winded. I'm okay with it if I get a Diet Coke inhaler.
Wouldn't that just... The inhaler thing goes into your lungs.
Yeah, you die.
You would die.
No,
hard.
I'd figure it out.
I'd have a surgery. It takes the fluid from my lungs and puts it in my stomach. It'd be all good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, it's
That'd be
fine.
Yeah,
It's totally
that'd
fine.
be good. I'd just burp. That's how that works, right?
Man, I love Diet Coke. It's the best drink.
Oh, it's not bad, but it's good.
A little bit of news.
A little bit of news.
Renews and or cancels.
Is it an and or an or?
It is an and.
Oh.
First, we will discuss some Netflix, where they have canceled Marco Polo.
Oh.
Yeah, which reportedly cost them
That was his O-face.
at least $200 million. Yeah, it sounds like that was an expensive fucking show. Those horses didn't come cheap, and they
No,
murdered all
They
of
had
them.
to buy those horses, murder them, and then buy more.
Oh, we didn't get it. They didn't put the film in. Run it back.
Yeah, no less than
Let's
10,000
build this
horses
whole
lost
town
their
up.
lives over the course of that one scene.
I like to think that like the quality of horse just dipped further and further with each take.
Yeah,
as well.
the-
They used the premium horse for the first run.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be perfect.
the last
Then
take
by the
was
end,
just
that was
Shetland
just glue
ponies.
sticks, just glue sticks running.
Jesus Christ.
Premium horses?
Yeah,
There is such a thing. As a horse expert,
I mean,
you
do
have
you have to pay
as
extra
top
a month
tier,
for
as Trey
that?
would.
Yeah.
You get the premium horses.
yeah, they
Like
don't
some
like any
horse
ads on them. It's
body,
great.
some horse meat box.
Anyway, they canceled that show.
You'd send one to your neighbor.
Rest in peace, millions of horses.
God damn it. I
Um,
love that show, though, man. I always talked about the production value, but apparently it didn't come
Way to
cheap.
fucking go.
Yeah,
Man, they
you
were
were
about
right.
they were
at
about
least.
to go into the fucking Crusades in the next season, too, man.
Not anymore.
No.
Indeed. Also, on the flip side of things, this is bittersweet. Netflix has renewed Fuller House for a third season.
People like that show.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
They're dumb. They're dumb people.
I
You
agree.
People, you're dumb.
I agree.
Talking to you people.
I like a lot of like shitty TV too, and that show is just not good. Like, it's not even fun to watch
Every
as a
time
shitty
I see
TV
like
show.
a promotional picture from that show, Candace Cameron's face looks like she just was like, I'm smiling, but I really never thought I'd be back here in my career.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
That's kind of all of them, to be fair.
So
No,
the
Jodie
guy,
Sweeting didn't think she'd be alive anymore.
She is an Amazon. That woman could beat the fuck out of me. I have no doubt that I would
I mean,
lose
if it was a
an
foot
arm
race,
wrestling match.
if it was a foot race, I mean,
Oh yeah, if
you
she's
come pre-winded.
also she's like 7'8" and she has like a 20-foot stride. There's no way.
I don't think that math works out.
Oh, it does. Trust me. I know things. Also renewed and canceled. Showtime has renewed Shameless for an 8th season.
Man, that show's
God,
never
that
going to
show.
end.
William H. Macy, man.
Yeah, man. I've heard that show is good, and one day I might watch some of it.
I don't know
Just
if
I'll have
A lot of
to
it's
watch.
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
more of a time thing than a desire thing.
I don't know if it's in the news,
At this
but
point.
there was the whole Emmy Rossum holding out for equal pay as well that she ended up getting on that show too.
It is not, but that's
Yeah,
a
she had,
thing.
like they,
That's
she
good
like,
that if she got equal pay.
yeah, pretty famously earlier this month only, she had been holding out, basically saying if she wasn't paid equal on that show, then she wasn't coming back for
Well, good
season
for her.
8, So
She
got
should
it.
be. Is she? I'm assuming she's co-lead.
Yeah.
Then cool. Then that works.
Yep.
Turns out.
Women, good job.
Congrats, you lady, you. USA also renewed Shooters for season 2. That's a show I haven't watched.
I forgot that's a show.
Yeah, it's based on the Marky
Who's in
Mark
it?
joint. I don't know, not Marky Mark.
It's actually somebody that we know though.
It's
I
yeah,
can't
no,
remember,
it's somebody.
Shit.
I don't know. I haven't watched the show.
This is Jodie Sweden.
No,
She's
you
just
shoot her
using
about a
fucking-
sniper.
Yeah.
You gotta hide as a sniper. Apparently, she's 17 feet tall. You can't hide.
I mean, she comes
She shoots
equipped
people with the lasers out of her eyes.
I was gonna say she comes equipped with her own tree stand.
At what point is she doing the remake of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman?
She's just doing Attack on Titan. Actually, it's
Yeah,
impressive.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it.
More news.
Oh, it's fucking Ron Philippe.
Okay. Secrets and
He
Lies.
still has a career.
Yeah, Secrets and
Secrets
Lies.
and Lies.
Yeah, it boosted
That
him
was
into the
just last year.
limelight.
Fuck that show.
Oh,
We're gonna talk more about that later.
That's called a tease, folks. Stay tuned.
Sonequa Martin Green, who is the one of the leads on The Walking Dead, one of the 17 of them. I don't remember her character's name on The Walking Dead.
Sasha.
Thank
Damn
you.
it.
Yeah, so plays Sasha on The Walking Dead, along with Anthony Rapp, most famous for
La
being in
Vida
Rent.
Boheme.
Indeed. Also the Tango Marine, along with many others. Michelle Yeoh.
I was going to say something, but I've already hit my quota for today.
Fair enough. Michelle Yeoh, who's is it
Crouching Tiger.
Crouching Tiger and Dragon? And then Doug Jones from Hellboy and many other things.
Doug Jones.
From anything that requires. Oh, did you watch that video, by the way?
Which one? Oh,
The-
yeah.
God, it was awesome. The
Oh,
new
that's not in
cast.
the- yeah, that's not in the notes.
That cast is stacked. Stupid.
Josh Gad.
Anyway,
Yeah, man. Josh Gad's always great.
this new story.
That's not
though.
true. The comedians.
Oh God.
That
That's-
show.
For the most part,
Awful.
Josh Gad is awesome. So yeah, those four folks will have all been cast in the new Star Trek series, Star Trek Legacy, right? Discovery.
Yes.
I knew it ended with an E.
I'm still super
Um,
excited for that show. The Brian Fuller leaving, which is a new story we never really covered,
The-
sucks,
the-
but it's because he's involved in so many other projects that he's left the show. He originally was supposed to stay on and be kind of a overseer, but he just couldn't. I can't remember what show he's working on. Oh, Gods and Monsters
Oh, that's cool.
or American Gods, whichever
American
the one.
Gods.
That's the one, yeah. And so because he's too involved with that, he had to ditch out on Star Trek. But
More like bitch out.
I totally think this show's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait. And that cast, all of that is exciting to me. Doug Jones is one of the best makeup actors out there, and he is playing an alien role. So
Yeah, I'm also excited for this. I'm really curious to see what a 2017 or 18 or 19 Star Trek show looks like, because who
What a
knows when the
se-
fuck
it's-
it's coming out.
serialized too.
Yeah.
It's a totally different take. It'll be sad with it being only 10 episodes, just because I'm used to 22 episode to 24 episode long runs. Actually, sometimes 27.
Yeah, but I've grown very fond of the a more
Oh, shit.
a shorter
Sorry.
one tight.
Sorry.
What the hell's going
It was
on?
us. We
Um,
got to hear this shit twice.
and anyways, I've gotten a lot more accustomed to a shorter TV season.
TV is better, shorter.
I agree. 13 or less is the way I want to
It's-
watch almost all TV.
That's it. And dude, Arrow and Flash would be a million
I think
times
Arrow and Flash
better.
would really benefit from it. There are still some shows that I don't mind,
It's the
especially sitcoms.
Sitcoms and the Chicago shows. Who the fuck cares whether it's 10 or 20 or 50? It's just
I could go with about one.
I'm just saying it's just for
I mean,
your
even
stuff is fine.
sitcoms.
But
I mean,
anything
Sunny is
that's
only
serialized.
12 or 13 episodes, and it works perfully fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but anything
Archer,
that's
same thing.
serialized is
I think Brooklyn
It's totally
Nine-Nine
fine.
is great with the 22 to 24 episodes a year. I like a longer season with a lot of different shows. Do I think that they all need to be that way? No, but I don't think everything needs to follow the HBO model. You know what I mean, or the streaming model.
I mean,
Some shows benefit from having longer seasons.
and there are some shows that have come out this year that are contenders for my top 10, stuff like Fleabag that are 6 episodes, 6 30-minute episodes. And it's it's almost just a long movie, but it's able to it's so compact that it's just able to deliver this very concise specific story, and it doesn't veer.
Conversely, something like Sherlock that's only 4 episodes, hour and a half, it's still a nice, tight window to. I'm trying not to say the word tight, but
Tweet.
toy. Anyway,
Very
it's
tight.
It's it feels like 4 movies that's wrapped around a single cohesive
Yes, yes.
season.
But,
and it's still less than 24 episodes, which would not work for a
See,
show like that.
I had no idea that Pitch had ended because I was expecting that show to be longer. That was only 10 episodes. And that disappoints me. I was really enjoying where that show was going, and we'll talk about it later, but I totally wanted it to be longer because
There's just for me, there's just so much TV that I'm just all right, cool, 10 episodes, great story. Thank you for giving it to me. Let's move on to the next thing that's 10 episodes, because every other day there's a new fucking show out.
Yeah.
It's just so much. I mean, again, I agree that there are shows that I don't think it necessarily Arrow and Flash are shows where I think it legitimately hurts the show that it's that long. There are other shows if Pitch was 20 episodes, it probably wouldn't have necessarily negatively impacted it, but I don't think it negatively impacts it for it to be 10 episodes either.
Wouldn't it be better also, a show like that, to have 2 seasons of 10 episodes apiece instead of 1 season that's 20 episodes?
You would think so, yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's a
I
lot of
don't-
intricacies to like network stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't really know how that
Um,
works out that way though.
I'm just saying, as
Like,
far
it's-
as like viewing is concerned, I would rather have multiple seasons than one
Long
ass
season, yeah.
But I mean, like, if a show like Pitch doesn't get renewed, which apparently it's not really on the track to get renewed, like that thing ends on a fucking cliffhanger. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, welcome to watching network television.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have at least had a more drawn out and completed like arc to the season, aside from like it just literally ended out of nowhere, and I had no fucking clue.
But if they knew that they were going to wind up getting, like, if you knew that there is a strong possibility that you were not going to get like a second 10-episode season, you can make every single 10-episode season concise, rounded, with a completed story.
And so I think some 22 episode shows do that. Like I think Blind Spot and Blacklist are two examples of shows that come pretty close to having like telling a pretty solid story without a lot of filler episodes.
See, I think you're wrong on Blind Spot. Like, it fucking lost me because I
Man,
knew that they were drawing it out.
That's fair. I'm not saying there aren't
And
like,
I never
slower
watched
episodes,
Blacklist
but like
or anything.
they don't have like this like big section in the middle where I feel like it's just like, oh, like this we've like stopped talking about the main plot.
I see, like, the third episode, they were like, oh, you are this person. I'm like, oh, they're going to draw this out for 15 more episodes.
yeah, I don't like either of those two shows, so I'm okay with them not being on the air anymore. But
Oh,
anyway,
I know.
get over that.
yeah,
I
those
know.
are both totally.
Yeah.
Blind Spot's not a lock, but really neither of them are a lock. But they're both
Is
most likely
anything-
coming back. Not much. Just a handful of things that you would expect. But yeah, for the most part, it's been a weird TV year for fall TV. It feels like to me. Not a lot of confidence in almost anything except like Designated Survivor. I think it's like the only one
You don't think Speechless is?
that's a lock. I mean, it's
I
most
would really
likely,
be
but-
happy. God, that show's
God,
good.
It's got to. It's got to.
It is.
JJ must continue to live on.
And then
That kid
last
is
bit
awesome.
of
He is.
news before we get into the comic book stuff. Disney is on track, is the first studio to ever make $7 billion as a studio in a single year off their films, and is very possibly on track to hit $8 billion.
I was gonna say, wasn't $7 billion before Rogue One came out?
Possibly. I'm not sure. Either way, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
Stupid.
there's 3 animated movies by itself, not even including any of the superhero stuff, and those all great money. Wait, yeah, 3, right?
Animated. They had
Yeah.
Zootopia. They had
Moana and Disney Pixar, Finding Dory.
Yeah, I forgot about Finding Dory for some reason.
And isn't that the biggest movie of the year or
Money
close
wise,
to it? Yeah,
think so.
It might be, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is, or at least it was. I don't know. I
I'm
heard
on
that
it.
a podcast a few
Civil
weeks ago.
War might be.
No, I'm pretty sure it did more than Civil War. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
Either way.
Civil War and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange was there.
and Star Wars. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous. Can you imagine if they actually did end up buying DC, what their fucking money would be like every
Or
year?
wasn't there a rumor they were buying Netflix at one point?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
God damn, dude.
Money would literally have Mickey Mouse ears on it.
And it probably
I
ought to
would-
at that point.
That would be okay. I'd like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't really be that upset about it, to be honest.
If
rather than
they
having
just got
Trump
paid
on
in
the
Disney
$5
dollars.
Ugh. What?
Well, I said if we just got paid in Disney dollars, but then what you said made me sad.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's
I
gonna
couldn't-
try.
I couldn't follow up on my joke.
DC news. Batman solo film has now been given priority. Warner Brothers has pushed back Justice League a full year. The sequel, to Justice League a full year. What do you guys think about that move?
I think it's fine. I think there is room for there to be an in-between movie between like finishing up that Justice League story if they can work it into the plot of Justice League intelligently. Like if it doesn't just cut in the middle of a battle with Darkseid or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, let's go talk about the time where Batman was in Arkham Asylum for a night." Like, as long as they don't
Yeah.
do that, I think it's perfectly fine. I think the rumors of them setting up Deathstroke in the Justice League movie is great. I think Affleck has been saying all of the right things in terms of what he wants to do with the Batman story.
Yeah,
That he refuses to set a project around a date, or the date will come from the project. He refuses to do a Batman with a mediocre script. He will not do Batman without it being less than stellar. Now, like he just what he's
let's hope,
saying.
man.
he is taking a hard line in the press, which he is not usually done with this type of stuff. So I have faith. Again, I didn't hate Batman vs Superman. I didn't hate Suicide Squad. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
I think it's a pretty solid move. I mean, DC and Warner Brothers aren't stupid. Batman is what draws the most money for them.
Yeah.
And if they can push that up a little bit and still get maybe another 2 movies out of the Batman franchise, then that's the smart play for them.
Yeah.
Also, getting back to going back to the white tick. Yes, Finding Dory was number 1 up to this point so far this year. $487 million.
Is that domestically?
Domestic.
Okay.
Good God.
Captain America 408. Secret Life of Pets. Then The Jungle Book, another Disney joint.
God.
4
364.
Jesus Christ.
Then Deadpool. Then Zootopia. So 4 out of the top 6. Zootopia 341. And then Rogue One 9. Doctor Strange 10. The Force Awakens, which still was raking in money in January,
They re-released it.
It pulled in $194 million, and then Moana.
And the only 2 you didn't mention there were Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad, which were top 10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Batman and Superman 330, Suicide Squad 325, both colossal
That's crazy.
disappointments, and God, it still blows my mind.
That's a lot of fucking money.
It really is.
Yeah.
Cool. Actually, sorry. More DC news. Patrick Wilson cast as Ocean Master.
Yeah.
In the Aquaman movie.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that. For
You
real?
didn't hear that for real?
Of Fargo fame, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and Watchmen.
Isn't he
Um,
also in the Conjuring movies?
The what?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 He is. Yeah.
I like that dude.
He's a good actor.
Yeah. He is a very good actor. He doesn't strike me as very villainous.
I think he
um,
totally could pull that off.
I mean, I'm sure he's a good actor, so I'm sure he can. It's just very hard. But given like the roles I have seen him in, it's very hard for me to imagine him as a villain.
And this is Ocean Master, not Black Manta. So
Yes.
Yes.
this is the brother Orn of Aquaman, Arthur.
and he is the main villain in this, or no?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think Black Manta was.
I think he'll be in it, but I think he'll be. If it's
Sequel.
anything like New 52 stuff, it's kind of like his right hand man. But they need to stretch that out if they're going to make an Aquaman movie, because that's pretty much the Rogues Gallery.
Looking ahead, I see.
I was
does
wondering
that.
because you said there was one. You said one more piece of DC news. I was like, I
No,
know
I was
there's
just
one
I was
more.
about to move on to Marvel, and I realized we'd only covered one piece of DC news.
Okay.
Is what
I was just
saying.
like confused. I was like, we
Nope.
can't leave out.
Yeah. So last piece of DC news. David Ayer is planning apparently to reteam with DC to make a Gotham City Sirens movie, starring Margot Robbie as Harley, and apparently rumored Megan Fox as.
There's now
Poison
been
Ivy.
like 40 different actresses rumored for both Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
And I'm going to read this exactly as Evan has it written in the notes. Is any of this a good idea?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
Man, I
that
don't
David
think
Ayer
so.
is a fantastic filmmaker. I think Margot Robbie is a fantastic actress. I think that DC has
I think
to,
she's a
and
good
Warner
actress.
Brothers. Really?
Really?
I think
She's
she's
a
fantastic.
smoking hot, pretty good actress.
I think she was fantastic in Wolf of Wall Street, which is the only time we've really seen her like
You saw
really have an
Focus, right?
acting. Yeah, I thought. She
I
was
mean,
good
to
at
be
it.
fair, she's reprising
was
a character
also-
you've already seen. So
she
like,
was
we should
also-
probably base it on that.
She was also
performance.
great as Harley
She
Quinn.
was
good.
great as Harley Quinn. You couldn't have got any more Harley Quinn than what
Man,
she did.
I agree.
I'm probably a bit biased in that character not being a character that I enjoy nearly as much as most people.
But like, yeah, I think that Warner Brothers and DC eventually, if they're going to continue putting out movies, has to learn from like the feedback they've gotten and maybe keep their hands out of this movie a little bit and let David Ayer, who is an
We'll
Academy-nominated filmmaker, make the film he wants to.
My thing is that Warner Brothers has yet to prove that they have the fucking restraint to keep their hands out of anything.
I think them
so.
going
I don't
back
really
to
have
the
a lot
well-
of.
Like so amazingly, somehow Suicide Squad made it out to be the movie that was more maligned by critics. Even though they have the exact same Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes
I don't-
score, I have heard way more critical hate towards Suicide Squad than I did Batman vs
Man,
Superman.
Batman
which
vs. Dawn of Justice for me was
I get
exponentially shittier.
I get that you are wrong in that opinion, but I just simply think that them committing to it and going back to the well on this particular combo means that maybe they actually are willing to let him make the movie, like make it a fluke, like come back, show us that you really can make the movie that is successful in critics' minds too.
And I mean, that would be great if all that is true. It's just like there's zero. Yeah, like that's just wishful thinking at this point. Like you have zero basis for any of that being possible, other than like wishful thinking. There's every single thing that has happened so far since Man of Steel released has like history tells us otherwise that is not what's going to happen.
Actually,
Oh, did Batman vs Superman get higher?
the same user score,
Which is
Either
what
way,
I'm curious.
64.
Okay.
either way,
about
yeah,
right.
I'm
That's about what I thought
excited
it would
about
be.
this. I think that trio of characters works great together.
I think that's right for Suicide Squad. I mean, I don't. Yeah, this is. I'm admittedly, I'm on the wrong end of this. Like, I don't give a shit either. Even if it's really good, I mean, I'll happily watch it and like it. But like, I have zero desire.
I mean,
to
if
see
they
these
made like a
characters.
bad guy, like what Black Cat and some other stupid ass knockoff Marvel character,
if there's a movie that stars the Black Cat, I will straight up be the first to be like, no, like we shouldn't do this.
I think you're full of shit.
Well, then you can think I'm full of shit. But there's never needs to be a movie starring the Black Cat.
It would be Black Cat and two other
Spider
you know-
Gwen.
No, she's not a villain. These are villains.
Black Cat is also
I mean,
straddling the line.
being a shitty character, I guess, is kind of villainous. But
I mean, there are certain villains that you could certainly do a movie around in the Marvel universe, but I think that of the DC universe too. If they started to do
Female.
a Joker movie, then
female,
there's not
they are
a
doing
lot
a
of strong female. There are much more strong female villains in DC than Marvel.
right,
So,
and these are the three.
and
And
I
their
don't
comic
disagree with
books are
that.
actually quite successful. I think it's a very good move on their part, not only to get money, because their female super heroine, I guess, a line of like cartoons and toys. I don't know if you guys have seen any of
Yeah.
those.
Garrison's
They're
toys.
incredibly popular right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I also think they've seen the positive buzz from Wonder Woman as well. Like they want to
that
lean
movie's
into
gonna be
this,
awesome,
guess-
dude. I can't wait for that movie.
right?
I guess
Those
like
guys-
I don't feel like I'm being totally unreasonable. Like basically every positive thing that has been said so far is like again based on like hopes and dreams. Like none of it's based in reality. Like there's not been a successful DC movie, and Warner Brothers has like time and time again proven that they are pretty tone deaf when it comes to like what actually needs to happen to build a successful cinematic universe.
Time and
And-
time again. So here's the problem with what you're saying, though. Time and time again, there's been 3 movies,
Yeah.
one of which was, 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
3 years
And the
ago,
other
but-
2 came out this year, so they were in production at the same time.
And that's
So,
fine.
like,
And,
you're
and I
talking about
agree
their
that there's a
lack of
very
learning there.
real possibility that they could turn this around. I think the Wonder Woman trailer looks like a lot of fun. I'm actually excited to watch that movie. But again, until it comes out and we see it, it's the same thing we did with Suicide Squad.
They also
trailer
sold
looks
40,
awesome.
40 million domestic tickets apiece, which is almost the same as Deadpool. So yes, Deadpool cost a lot less to make, but if you're talking about
But if you're
success
talking about
being
successful word of mouth, though, like Deadpool is widely considered a
I can-
success, and
yes.
those other two are not.
that's fair, but I mean success is ranged in all different types of categories.
No,
You're
and,
going by
and
tickets
financially,
sold.
you're right. They're top 10 movies of the year. Totally agree that financially they were a success. But like, I think that the superhero movie game is a lot about hearts and minds, and I don't think they're winning that game. And I hope that they do. As much as I'm a
the
Marvel
deck is
fanboy,
100% stacked against them.
you're
though.
right, it is. But that doesn't mean that like it's not possible to have success and to have the fans that really like Batman and don't like Spider-Man to like still go and enjoy the fuck out of the movie. And obviously those people exist. It's not like no one likes
Yeah, I
them.
actually hear
those
more
movies.
people defending those movies nowadays than detracting them, aside from critics. Again,
I just think there for a
I mean,
while
a
it
lot
was
of
the
critics don't love the Marvel stuff either.
it was
to be fair.
it was the popular thing to hate on DC, and now people are just like, oh, stop hating on DC. You know, it's swings like
it's
that
give and
fucking
take, yeah.
happen.
Sure.
It's like Walking Dead. People are it's the trendy thing to pick on Walking Dead right now. In about 6 months, it won't be. People be like, shut up on Walking Dead.
man,
Shut
there are
up
a
on Walking
lot of
Dead."
articles I've read about dumping that show.
That's you're
I know.
saying exactly what I'm saying.
I know.
And I'm guilty of that exact thing with that exact show.
Yeah, you ditched it.
No, yeah, I've finally like leaned in one direction. I'm going to stay that way, but for a while, I kept like threatening to quit, and then I'd get into it again, and then threaten to quit. For a long time, I did that. So guilty as charged, I guess. But moving on to Marvel news. First and foremost, the most important news of the day, as far as I'm concerned,
It's gonna suck.
Spider-Man: Homecoming trailer. I'm going to need you to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Do we always separate trailers like this?
Yeah, Evan always likes to do the Marvel,
Marvel ones
trailers
later.
with the Marvel.
It
movies.
annoys the shit out of me, and I thought about changing it, but Today I've been crazy and like busy, and I'm just reading the notes as they are.
It's pretty. Be your own man, Trey. It's pretty fucking dumb.
Man up, Trey. Fuck Evan.
I'm looking at Evan. I don't want to. He has a wife, sir.
Yeah, he's not getting any
Jeez.
right now.
I mean, he could be the
That's
meat.
fair. God damn.
You're a slice of bread. There's
Anyways.
another slice of bread involved. It could
So
be open
Spider-Man.
It could be open faced.
No. So really, what?
Oh no! An open-faced Evan sandwich sounds awful.
Speak for yourself. Chuck, what do you think of this trailer?
This trailer is fucking awesome. I think that Keaton looked good. I think the design of the Vulture didn't look ridiculous, which is a win.
It's a very big win.
I think Bokeem Woodbine is obviously Shocker, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the
long as
ending
it's his
shot
birthday.
with him holding the fucking ship together
Yeah, dude.
was fucking. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
So, if I may,
It's incredible.
pose a question to the people who know Spider-Man far better than I do.
Sure.
Is this because I grew up reading some of the comics? I
Okay.
don't remember him having fucking Superman strength.
He's knocked out the Hulk.
Okay, so this is actually something that he's had because it feels like it's only a creation of the movies in general.
Spider-Man's can lift what, or Spider-Man's spiders can.
Spider-Mans.
To be fair, in the comics, there are a lot of Spider-Man right now. But anyways, continue.
I'm just
Sorry,
asking the
too.
question because, like, it does seem like I never.
They go off the fact that spiders can lift like 100 times their own
Yeah,
weight.
he has the proportionate strength, speed,
Okay.
and agility of a spider.
And
Now,
that's
I will
fine.
say, like, the 60s comics certainly did not portray him quite as strong as
He
he
wasn't
is now.
like
But
throwing cars around and shit.
That's
like-
not true. Like Spider-Man #1,
Yeah,
he's
no,
holding a car above his head.
Okay,
yeah,
again, like
that
the-
has always
yeah.
been a thing. I'm talking about, like, stuff like holding that ship together. Like, there have been feats of strength in some of the movies that were definitely never seen in, like, maybe the first 10 to 15 years of Spider-Man runs that I know of. Granted, I've not read every single issue of Spider-Man, sadly.
using
But-
his hideous Tobey Maguire grill to stop that train.
Yeah, see, like, that, like, is not...
It's the ugliest face in cinema history.
It's not the best.
Holy shit! It was Eric Stoltz level.
But yeah, I thought the humor was
Man.
not quite as strong
What's
in the
with you and
trailer.
Eric Stoltz? You don't like the gingers either?
Don't soulless fucks.
I didn't think the humor was quite as strong as it was in Civil War.
Yeah,
But I also think that Marvel is not like this isn't obviously a comedy,
No,
so I
and,
don't
like,
think they're blowing their
I
load
think
on
they're-
the funny stuff.
They're holding their cards a little
Yes,
close to the
I think
chest
they are
right
too.
now,
And I
too.
think they
I
will
hope they
too.
are.
Like I am 100% in belief that yes, this movie will be good. This trailer does not blow me away in the slightest. I don't think the action was particularly grand. It wasn't shown very much to begin with.
Well, it was
Grand.
definitely
Um,
a teaser.
and,
Of
like,
sorts.
grand.
The humor did not hit
Demure.
for me.
Yes, Gerald.
The humor at the beginning of the trailer with the Avengers thing didn't really hit for me either. Like,
The
it
whole
just-
gave it away part I laughed pretty good at.
The hugging open the door thing was great. Not a hug, kid. Just get in the
Oh,
door
yeah,
for you.
see, I don't know. Like maybe I'm just immune to Tony Snark.
Tony Snark,
You know what? To be fair
that motherfucker.
to Tony Stark's charm at this
His
point, I
limo
don't
is
know.
quite grand. Gerald.
I am sure that the movie is going to be just fine. I wish that I was blown away by this trailer because everybody, like, I literally when this thing dropped on Kimmel or whatever, like, I was like laying down in bed and I got a notification. I was like, oh yeah, that was supposed to be tonight. I didn't just watch it on my phone. I was like, I want to see this on my TV. I got up and I like went and watched it, and then I went back to bed and I sat there for like 5 minutes. I was like, I wouldn't have missed fucking anything if I just watched that on my phone. I didn't get.
I mean,
any...
I always watch shows on my phone, but
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome.
yeah, I do too. I think it's pretty cool. His like the friend he has that Peter has in the trailer is based off of
Fat, what's his name from Ant-Man?
sure.
Fat Young, what's his name from Ant-Man? What's that guy's name?
You talking about Michael Pena?
That it. Yep, that it.
Wow, that was
That it.
that was a Josh slightly racist
That
moment.
it.
No,
I said that is.
That it.
There it is.
It's based off a character in the Miles Morales like Ultimate Spider-Man books. But
Which Donald Glover will be playing.
sure, one day maybe,
Donald Glover.
but probably not ever. Someone will be playing Miles at some point, if I had to guess. But regardless, the guy in this particular like version of the story, or whatever, is playing Ned Leeds, which is the guy who becomes the Hobgoblin. So
Wait, who's Ned Leeds?
his best friend
The-
in the trailer?
Fat
Fat Michael
Hispanic
Pena,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes.
Oh. Well, they just fucking ruined that.
So I'm curious. I like almost wonder if they're just never going to do Hobgoblin and there's
Nope.
just like
I
a
don't
fan
think-
service thing.
I
or-
don't think they will ever do Hobgoblin or Green Goblin. I mean, Green Goblin would only come if they actually did a Sinister Six.
But see,
movie.
Hobgoblin is awesome because I think it would actually work better in a movie than the Green Goblin would because he is like blatantly wearing a Halloween costume. Like it is,
Yeah,
Well,
but
you
you
just
know they
put-
wouldn't stick with that.
I guess. don't
There's
know.
no way they'd stick
They
with
could
that.
they could make Marvel could make that cool. Marvel could make that cool. Plus, I also want to go back to the humor thing. We didn't see anything funny about Spider-Man: Civil War, and then he was fucking hysterical in
Yeah.
that movie. So I think that they're playing some of the humor stuff. Like they're keeping that. a little
Yeah,
on
I'm like
I
I
think
said,
it'll
I
be
am
well written.
sure. I am fully
Dude, you have a
confident.
metal arm. That is so cool.
Yeah, I am like confident in this movie being perfectly fine. I was not blown.
I'm
away by the
excited.
trailer.
I'm more excited about it now than I was before.
Yeah, ditto. I mean, not. It's pretty hard for me
I
to
mean,
get
you're
more
a Spider-Man
excited
guy.
about a Spider-Man movie, but
I'm not typically a
did it.
Spider-Man guy.
well, then I'm very glad that you were so excited.
I'm very excited.
I need people to be excited so that they go with
Hopefully,
me.
Marissa
You're not
Tomei
invited to this
just
movie
get
with me
fucking killed.
because I don't need you killing my joy.
Also, the Shockers is just going to get his ass kicked.
He's the worst.
He's not the worst.
He's
but
pretty close to the worst.
He's pretty close to the worst.
his birthday.
And then Thor 3. A little bit of
That's
news
Electro, dummy. It's
What?
two different
It
people.
was Electro. You're right. My bad.
What is the Shocker? Just
Yeah,
has
yeah, yeah.
like
there. He's like
I know.
in the
got
comics. He's like yellow and
vibrate-
red.
I know.
and
Yeah, he's a Scorpion. Fucking dumbass thing.
no Scorpion's
What?
his own guy.
Scorpion's a different character.
Holy shit, you're right. I'm
Shocker,
off today.
Shocker just has like
I'm off today. I get
vibration
it.
gauntlets.
I
That's
get it.
his
I'm
thing.
off today.
And his suit absorbs vibrations.
Were you ever
you-
on, Josh?
You can stop pointing it out now. I got it.
And then see, then there's the Scorpion who has like a Scorpion style
I
suit,
think
and
they
he
could
can't take
do-
it off.
I think they could do a really cool Scorpion.
And then there's the
character.
Rhino, who his suit makes him super strong, but it also makes him super hot because it doesn't breathe. So if he gets too exerted, he passes
I'm
out.
gonna knock you fucking out.
I
Man,
don't
I did
think
not
so.
enjoy the Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Hey, I'm going to take off my ridiculous bulletproof mask so you can shoot me from far away. Spider-Man.
Why was he Hispanic?
What? There was about 6 different dialects.
That was
in
some Trey speak Spanish level shit.
Hey, ese, dos vidania.
God damn it. Thor 3 will feature officially now the planet Sakaar, which, for those who do not know, is the planet where Planet Hulk takes place. Obviously, Planet Hulk has been rumored to play like a very large role in Thor Ragnarok, and this kind of just further confirms that. I'm really curious. Like, my assumption is that at some point in this whole movie, like, Thor just ends up on that planet, like, and Planet Hulk, that storyline is basically like already in motion, and Thor like kind of stumbles in, and we get a glimpse of like Hulk beating the fuck out of some dudes in a gladiator rink, and maybe some other stuff, and then they're out.
Rink?
Yeah, he did say right.
Yeah, it's like a skating rink,
Right.
for gladiators.
Are the Bee Gees playing in the background?
Aren't they always?
This is a
Have
couple's
you-
gladiator match.
I ask you, have you ever been to a gladiator rink where they did play the Bee Gees?
Now I just want the Hulk cast in Roll Bounce too. I am like still shocked by the director choice for this movie as well.
I don't remember.
It's Taika Waititi, who's the guy who did what we.
That's not a real person.
So he's the director of What We Do in the
Tiger
Shadows.
Fertitti?
Taika
Right,
Waititi.
Tiger Fertitti. That's what I said.
He's a New Zealand guy. He did What We Do in the Shadows, which is that fucking vampire movie that I hated last year, and he
Right.
did Hunt for the Wilder People, which is a movie I watched today. So he's like 1 for 2 for me. Very interesting choice for a Thor movie. I would not have expected. That dude does like primarily just comedy. So,
Is Thor how Mike Tyson says sore?
God damn it. Are we going to
Like
listen to
after
our
he-
sponsors anytime soon?
Like after he fought Buster Douglas, was he Thor?
One more. You got one more? I got time for one more.
Well, but what?
No, you don't. We're like 120 right now.
And we're fine. But we'll listen to an ad and we'll be right back.